Okay, hi guys. So I just figured I'd do a really quick rundown of the stuff that I just spelled out to hopefully make it make sense. And so I'm sure a lot of this will be familiar. But anyway, so the first thing I started off with, which we didn't do last week, was joint mobilization. And so that's something that honestly just kind of helps loosen up the joints, helps prevent strains, things like that. So in the past, just kind of going through the body. So maybe even starting with the fingers, but doing the wrists, both directions, elbows. We didn't do for our shoulders, which would have been really good last week. Stuff for our neck, hips, knees, ankles. And basically just like doing a little bit in one direction, a little bit in the other. Then the next thing I've been asking people to do is to literally warm up. So doing squats, jumping jacks, and push-ups, basically 10 of each, 3 times through. Just really making a point to have people stick their butts out and keep their backs flat versus kind of rounding. And we'll talk more about push-ups. I'd like to talk more about push-ups another day in terms of how to protect people's shoulders and help them to be stronger. And then basically what else? Active or dynamic stretching, and so not doing anything static. And then with that, basically starting with the right and going through that side. So having the right leg in front and thinking about stretching the front of that hip. So not having the butt stuck out, but having the hips tucked under, and then basically kind of like falling into that for 4 seconds and backing off, falling into that for 4 seconds and backing off, sitting back 4 seconds, backing off, sitting back 4 seconds for your hamstring, then spinning, sticking the butt out, inner thigh 4 seconds, doing those 5 times. This business, sticking the butt out, maybe using something, a person, a bench. And then even, we didn't do this, and I didn't write it down, but that would be helpful too. So again, kind of backing off, going into it. And then pretending we have our paddles and thinking about stretching through the chest and the shoulders and the arms, just doing that nice and easily. And then I think the last thing is basically like activation. And so I said this last week, I'm sure, like muscles are like rubber bands, and so the more we kind of think about this like springy, snappy, elastic action, the more power we can create. And so the stronger we are, and basically the bigger a range of motion we can take our muscles through, and the faster we can contract them, the more power we create. So at any rate, in that little lineup, I think I talked about these guys. So this like opposite hand to foot, and thinking about using the backs of your hamstrings, stretching there, not stretching here. What else? And then sitting down, having our paddle overhead, and kind of like spinning and thinking about like kind of like whipping our body back, using our back. 5 on the side. What else? Flutter arms. And was there anything else with that? I don't know. But at any rate, I'm like gross. So that's it. I'm sorry to be missing you guys tonight. I hope that's helpful, and also kind of like if there's logic, if that reasoning feels logical. I hope so. All right, that's it. Love you all, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week.